I almost died, bro. All right, so look, let me tell y'all how exactly I almost died. Story time. So me and my girlfriend took a trip to Mexico. I got a nice little Mexico vlog coming for you guys. But on the plane ride to Mexico and the plane ride coming back to New York from Mexico, there were a lot of complications. There were a lot of problems. So I got to give you guys the little backstory first on the initial problems and everything that was popping up, so you can understand like what's been going on with this airline when I'm on my way back home. So on the way to Mexico, the complication was we get on the plane, we get on the flight, everything's set, right? Everything seems fine. But when we get on the flight, we notice we sitting there for an extensive period of time. It's been maybe 10, 15 minutes, whatever. And we just sitting there like, yo, what's going on? Then the pilot, he gonna like let us know, on the announcement, just like, yo, we're kind of having technical difficulties. We're having some problems. Like one of the systems is out on the plane and we don't really know why it's out. And we got the team, like, whatever technical team they got coming to check this out to make sure it's good and set it up and fix it before we take flight, right? So they tell us that, and it takes them about an hour to fix this problem. And as time goes by, and it's passing 20 minutes, it's passing 30 minutes, passing 40 minutes, passing 50 minutes, me and my girlfriend kind of just looking at each other like, yo, how about you just let us off the plane, bro? Because if this problem is so bad that it's taking y'all about an hour plus to fix it, maybe you just need to scrap the plane, man. Like, it's cool. Like I don't need you to try to make this work so we could take flight, but then I possibly die because you thought you fixed it, but you didn't really do it. And it's like, I'm not playing with my life like that. All right, that's what it is. I'm not playing with my life like that. I'm not ready to die. So we looking at each other like, yo, why don't they just let us scrap this flight? Like, just tell us to get off. Like, I'm cool, bro. Like, if I don't get to Mexico on time, it's cool. I'd rather that than me die trying to get there. And I texted my mother and everything like, yo, the flight is a little delayed and stuff like that. They said it's problem. I'm like, yo, get off now. Like, don't stay there. Don't wait for them to fix it. That plane is broken. Get out. And I'm like, yeah, like, kind of like, yeah, like, I'm like, dang, should I really just get out? But by the time I'm trying to figure this out, and I'm like, dang, should we really just leave the plane? Like, yo, can we just get off? Because if the plane's already broke, I'm going to believe it. It's broken. And you trying to fix it? In this case, I'm good with you just letting us go while you fix it. I'm literally scrap it, whatever. So while we're trying to figure out whether or not we want to get off the plane and tell like the flight attendants, whatever, like, yo, just let us off. They say it's finally fixed and they're ready to go. And I'm like, oh crap, okay. All right, we're gonna see what's happening. The flight takes off. I'm looking at my girlfriend. I'm trying to keep a brave face, and we hit like a lot of turbulence. Like, it's real rocky. It's like a freaking earthquake in there, like getting off. And this is like first 5 minutes, I was flying, and she looking at me like kind of very fearful. And I'm trying my best to like not freak out myself, but looking at her, clearly kind of freaking out internally. I'm like, all right, like, okay, like I'm kind of losing my confidence, right? But either way, it's like that for like the beginning, first 5-10 minutes of flight. And then like once we finally get up in the air, like we're good, it's kind of smooth sailing. So it's good. And we land fine, everything. So we got to Mexico safely, obviously, right? I almost died. I didn't die. That's why I'm here telling this story. But like, man, it's crazy. So that's the backstory of going to Mexico. Now I have to tell you how I almost died coming back home from Mexico. And I'm not gonna air out the airline that I was on, but I personally won't be flying them again. Like, if I'm having problems getting to where I'm going and I'm having problems getting back and I'm fearful of my life both times, I probably don't want to fly out anymore. So I'm not gonna air out the name, but I'll just say let's call the airline Pet Flu. Pets is flying. Let's call it Pet Flu, right? So getting back on Pet Flu, going back to New York from Mexico, right? Was in Mexico for like 5 days, something like that, right? So remember how I said on the first flight, the problems that we had were before the flight like took off, before we got to move? Well, that wasn't the case with this one, man. Coming back to New York, it's a 5-hour flight. Now, when we get ready to take off, everything's smooth sailing. We good. Don't gotta worry about nothing. So we riding out, and 4 hours, literally four hours into a 5-hour flight, we get this message from the pilot. They just come up on the speakers. I'm gonna let y'all hear this one. Hello, passengers. First, I just want to start off by saying that everything is fine. It's fine. Everything is going to be fine. But I just did want to update you guys that one of our systems is failing right now, but it's fine. It's completely fine. It's failing, but it's okay. We're gonna make it. We have a very likely chance of survival, and that's fine. One of our hydraulic systems is just not working, and we are on the backup system right now. So I just want everybody to know we're on the backup system, but I assure you we are going to make it. It's just that also when I do land the plane, we're going to get on that airstrip, and I won't be able to steer us into our gate because I can't steer the plane exactly, but we will land. It will be safe probably. And when we get there, we're just going to have to get towed to our gate. So I can't steer anything. And, our systems are failing. We are on the backup, but I just want everybody to know that everything is fine and it's going to be okay. And it's okay. And it's fine. Everything's fine. Thank you. So you're telling me not to worry, everything is fine, but my plane ain't working. We got a couple systems that fail. They telling me the plane is not working properly. We got systems that fail. We are on the backup right now, 4 hours into this flight, but everything's okay. Everything's good. Everything's fine. You're gonna make it. It's okay, right? Like you telling me like all this terrible news that couldn't be good at all, but you're just trying to let me. It's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. How is it gonna be fine, bro? Like, what about this is fine? Even though I survived, like, what about this is fine? Like, you just said y'all hydraulic system's failing, y'all on a backup system, and then on top of that, you follow it up with the information that even once we land, you have this inability to steer our plane into the gate. So what, do you have an inability to steer my plane, period? Like you can't steer? Or we just like, yeah, we on the backup and I can't really steer, but we're going to get down there. Like I could go down or whatever. Like, I don't understand like what's going on. I just don't understand, bro. What is happening? So we land and we legit land. And he's like, right. Like we do land, we do survive. But when we land, we really stuck there for like another half hour, something like that, waiting to be towed. We're literally sitting there waiting to be told, bro. And I'm just like, yo, like we really couldn't steer into the gate. How on the way here, everything was broken? How on the way back, mid-flight, I'm in the air already. I need y'all to understand that I am already in the air. Before the first flight, I could have gotten off beforehand when things were going left if I wanted to, right? Just because I'm like, oh, this ain't going right. When I'm in the air already, I can't make no decisions. I can't make no choices. I can't be like, hey, yo, y'all think I should get off this plane right now? They said such and such. Bro, my only way off is to jump out and die. That's my only way off, to jump out and die. So I either jump out and die, which I'm not going to do that, or I stay on this flight, I stay on this plane, and I pray that even though these systems are failing and that we on the backup, that the backup don't stop working too. And that I will survive and I will be okay. And me and my girlfriend went into prayer, man. We went into prayer and we were just like, yo, like get us out of this, bro. So we got out of it, obviously, but we had to get told after we landed. And we had no choice but to stay there and live with the risk. So yeah, like I've been meaning to bring this to y'all. Like I got back like a few days ago. I was so tired the night I got in, but also in so much shock and in so much fear coming back on this flight from pet flu. And I'm literally just like, yo, bro, like I was so fearful of like actually dying, bro. Like you're telling me it's okay, but like who wants to hear that we're in the air? Parts of this plane are not working. It's not the same as a car. When you're in a car and something's off, you just immediately pull over to the side of the road like, oh snap, something's not going on. We're in the air flying, man. We ain't pulling over. Ain't no pulling over in the air. We can't pull over, bro. Son, yo, it was just crazy, man. Look, I'm telling you for right now, I know I'm not airing them out, but I ain't flying that airline no more. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't fly the airline. Hey, do what you gotta do with your life. But like for them to have these kind of problems going to Mexico, coming back from Mexico, and like just for me to be that fearful in my life, I'm almost at the point where I'm like, dude, I'm not flying at all. Like, I'm not flying at all. I'm a land mammal. If y'all ain't know, I'm a land mammal. And I used to think that when I say I'm a land mammal, that means I don't like to get in the ocean and stuff like that. Because I don't know what's in the ocean. I have a fear like being in the ocean. I also can't swim. Fun fact about me, I can't swim. I know it's sad. It's tough. I need to learn how. But either way, I'm a land mammal, right? So I'm afraid of the ocean. I would stay away from that. I wouldn't stay away from flying, but now I'm kind of like maybe being a land mammal means I don't go in the water and I don't go in the sky either. Because right now, I'm little iffy on both of them. But either way, y'all, I guess at the end of the day, I survived. I made it. I'm here to tell you guys this story. And look, I guess I could continue making my YouTube videos that, like, you know, keep putting content up. So I am going to be coming to y'all with that Mexico vlog just so y'all can see everything and see how the trip was. Just see how my whole experience was in Mexico. Also got some new gameplays for y'all coming out with NBA 2K and all that. I got a lot of stuff coming. Wrestling, sports, you name it, it's coming, bro. It's coming. Just be there or be square. Either way, if you did enjoy this video, this story time, or if you're just happy I'm alive, bro, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. This is J Athletic Gaming, and I will catch y'all in the next one.